Hello everybody, welcome again to the lecture series on the signals and systems. Already we are continuing our on topic Fourier series. Now we will see again another topic on the Fourier series, and in this particular lecture these are the learning outcomes. We will see some problems on the Fourier series, and we will see about the time scaling property of the Fourier series. Already we have discussed about some of the properties of the Fourier series. Now we will concentrate on the time scaling property in this particular lecture. And before going to that, we will see about the Fourier series problems. So here the problem is a signal f of t is equal to 10 plus 7 cos of pi t by 7 plus pi by 4 plus 3 sin of pi 5 pi t by 6 plus pi by 3 and cos of 6 pi t by 5 plus pi by 6. Is this a valid Fourier series expansion of the signal f of t? That is the first question. Next, if it is valid Fourier series, what are the harmonics are present in this one? What is harmonic? Already we have discussed about harmonic. Harmonic is nothing but integer multiples of the fundamental frequency. It is like n omega naught or n f naught. First we need to find whether the given signal is valid Fourier series or not. Valid Fourier series means by seeing this one we can tell that is the expansion given in the trigonometric Fourier series, because f of t is written in terms of the cosine functions and sine functions. So we can get the idea that is given f of t is related to trigonometric Fourier series, not exponential Fourier series or cosinusoidal Fourier series. That is the information we can get by seeing the problem itself. So now I am writing the trigonometric Fourier series general expression. So if f of t is a periodic signal, that is equal to a naught plus sigma n is from 1 to infinity a n cos n omega naught t plus b n sin n omega naught t. This is the trigonometric Fourier series. That means DC term is available, which is represented by a naught. Remaining terms are related to the frequency terms. That means integer multiples of the frequencies are there. If you take n is equal to 1, you will get the fundamental frequency, that is omega naught. If you take n is equal to 2, 2 times of the omega naught, 3 times of the omega naught by taking n is equal to 3, like that n value is changing from 1 to infinity. So what is the required thing in order to say this is the Fourier series expansion? What is the required things in the sense this omega naught should be the integer multiple. N is taking the values of the integers only and positive integers only. In the trigonometric Fourier series, it has to be positive integers only. Okay, so n value should be 1, 2, 3, like that only we have to take. It should not take non-integer values. If the given expression is following this type of the rules, then we can tell that is a valid Fourier series. That means in this expression, if you observe, this 10 is related to a naught, that means DC term. Next, this 7 is like a n. So one of the cos term is available here, another cos term is available here. That means only 2 cos terms are there. It may be possible. Next, only one sin term is there. But whether this pi by 7 is omega naught or 2 omega naught or 3 omega naught, that we don't know. And this 5 pi by 6 is also whether it is omega naught or 3 omega naught or 10 omega naught, that we don't know. That we need to identify. That means first we need to know what is the fundamental frequency omega naught, or we need to know what is the fundamental time period capital T. If you know capital T, we can get this omega naught from the formula omega naught is equal to 2 pi by capital T. So already we know the method to calculate what is the total time period of the periodic signal, which is a combination of the several periodic signals. Okay, so according to that we need to follow. So omega naught is equal to 2 pi by t. From this formula we can able to do, if you know this capital T, that we will solve now. So in order to do that one, I am taking this pi by 7 is omega 1, and related to this one, what is the time period means T1. T1 is related to omega 1, that is related to this corresponding term. This is the term. For this one I am taking this. So T1 is equal to 2 pi by omega 1. It is equal to 2 pi by Omega 1 means pi by 7. So it is equal to 14. 14 is the T1. Next, omega 2 I am taking. Omega 2 is equal to, from this term I am taking now. So 5 pi by 6. 5 pi by 6 is the omega 2. For this one, T2 is equal to 2 pi by omega 2. So that is equal to 2 pi by omega 2 means 5 pi by 6. So it is equal to 12 by 5. This is the T2 value, 12 by 5. Next, from the last term, I am writing omega 3, that is equal to 6 pi by 5. And from this I am writing T3 is equal to 2 pi by omega 3, that is equal to 2 pi by omega 3 is 6 pi by 5, that is equal to 5 by 3. So T1 is 14, T2 is 12 by 5, T3 is 5 by 3. These are the three time periods we have. Now we need to know whether the combination of these two terms is periodic or not. If it is periodic, the combination of these two in combination with this third term is periodic or not. Already we know the procedure. What is a condition to say the combination of any two periodic signal is the periodic means we need to take the ratio of the time periods of these two signals. If the ratio of the two time periods is a rational number, then we can tell this particular combination is a periodic signal. That approach we are following now. Okay, so now I am taking T1 by T2. T1 by T2 is equal to 14 by 1 by, I am taking 12 by 5. 12 by 5. So it is equal to 14 by 1 into 5 by 12. This is 2726. So it is equal to 6T1 is equal to 35T2. And time period of these two, this is a rational number, so combination is periodic signal only. And what is the overall time period of these two combinations means it may be 6T1 or 35T2. You will get the same answer. So 6 into T1 I am taking. T1 is how much? 14. So the combination of these two is having a time period I am taking T4. So that is equal to 6 into 14, 60 plus 24, that is 84 I am taking. 84 is the time period of the combination of these two terms. And we have understood that the combination of these two is also the periodic signal. Next. So now I am taking or I am comparing this T4 with T3. That means I am taking the ratio of these two. That is T4 by T3 is equal to 84 by 1 by 5 by 3. That means I am getting 84 by 1 into 3 by 5. So if you cross multiply this one, or we can tell here itself it is a rational number. So the combination of these three terms is a periodic signal, that is confirmed. Now what is the time period of these three terms? That means what is the time period of the periodic signal which is formed by the combination of these three is nothing but it may be, it is 5T by 4, 5T4 or 84 into 3 into T3. Anything is okay. So I am taking 5 times T4, that is equal to 5 times 84, that is 420. So 420 is the time period of the overall periodic signal. Over. Now what is the total angular frequency? The angular frequency of the first term is indicated with omega 1, second one is omega 2, third one is omega 3. I am taking overall angular frequency omega naught is equal to 2 pi by total time period, that is given by here 420. So that one I am taking as 420, or you can take total time period T naught is equal to 420. So here you can write 2 pi by T naught, that is like this. So it is equal to pi by 210. Pi by 210 is the fundamental frequency, angular frequency given in radians per second. Now this pi by 7 is the integer multiple of this omega naught only. Okay, what integer that we need to find? this 5 pi by 6 is also integer multiple of this omega naught only, and 6 pi by 5 is also integer multiple of this particular omega naught only. If these three terms are, if these three fundamental frequencies pi by 7, 5 pi by 6 and 6 pi by 5 are the integer multiples of omega naught, then I can tell it is a valid Fourier series expansion. Otherwise, it is not a valid Fourier series expansion. Okay, that we need to find. So for that purpose, I am taking like this. Pi by 7 is some integer into fundamental frequency, that is pi by 210. From this I can write this n1 I am taking for example. So n1 is equal to, what we are getting, pi by will be cancelled, so it is 30. So this pi by 7 is 30 times of this pi by 110. So 30 is the integer only. So it is okay. This first term is okay. Now this 5 pi by 6. 5 pi by 6 is another integer multiple of pi by 220. Whether the given n2 is integer or not, that we need to check. So pi will be cancelled. Next it is we will get n2 is equal to 5 by 6 into 210. This is 6 1s are 6 3s are 18 and 6 5. 6 5 is 30 and this is equal to 25 and it is 15, that means 175. So 175 is also integer. So second term is also okay. Now third one we need to check, that is 6 pi by 5. 6 pi by 5 is equal to n3 into pi by 210. So 6 1s are 6 4s are 20 and it is 42. So n3 is equal to 42 into 6. That is also integer only. Okay. So and these are the harmonics are present in the particular signal. So in this way we need to do the problem. What is the procedure I have followed here? I need to take the individual frequencies omega 1, omega 2, omega 3. From these three frequencies we have taken three time periods t1, t2, t3. Then I have calculated or I have checked that whether the combination of these three terms is periodic or not. That one I have taken by taking the ratio of two particular time periods. If that ratio is a rational number, then I can say the combination is a periodic signal, and from that I can identify the time period. Like that I have checked for these three signals combinations. Okay. Then finally I have concluded that the combination of these three terms, including this 10 DC value, the given signal is a periodic signal, and then I have identified the total time period or the total fundamental frequency. From this I have understood that these three frequencies pi by 7 and 5 pi by 6 and 6 pi by 5 are the integer multiples of this particular fundamental frequency pi by 210 only. Because it is valid Fourier series, it is possible. So first one is over. Then we have got the harmonics also, that is 30th harmonic and it is 175 harmonic, and last one is the 40, it is 42 into 6, that is 250 second harmonic is also available in the signal. So in this manner we need to do the problem. Next problem we will see now. So it is also similar problem, only a signal f of t is equal to 3 cos of 5 pi t plus 5 sin of 7 pi t whole square is there. So it is like a plus b whole square. So question is same, is this a valid Fourier series expansion of the signal f of t or not? If it is valid, we need to find the harmonics. So this problem is similar to the previous one only. You can able to try this one, but here the thing is, it is given f of t is equal to in the form of a plus b whole square. You can able to expand that one. So a is nothing but 3 cos of 5 pi t and b is nothing but 5 sin of 7 pi t. So a square is nothing but 9 cos square 5 pi t plus b square is nothing but 25 sin of 7 pi t plus 2ab, that means 2 times of 3 cos 5 pi t into 5 sin of 7 pi t. So in this way we have taken. Okay. So it is a 15 cos 5 pi t and sine 7 pi t. That can be viewed like 2 sin A cos B. So since it is like 2 sin A cos B, we can write this one as sin A plus B plus sin A minus B. So from this we got two sine terms, and here already one sine term is there. So it is B square means 25 sin square 7 pi t. So this sin square 7 pi t can be written as 1 minus, that is like sin square theta. So 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. It is cos square theta. It can be written as 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. Okay. So cos terms, sin terms, and here two sin terms. So individual cos terms, individual sin terms we got. So we can able to solve like a previous problem only from that step onwards. Okay. So you can able to do this problem. So I am going to next one. Now time scaling property we will see. What is meant by time scaling? In our first unit we have seen that, for example, x of t is a rectangle pulse signal which is having the non-zero amplitude of 2 when t is changing from 0 to 4. Okay, this is the x of t signal. What is x of at? So x of at is nothing but time scaled version of x of t, and when a is greater than 1, we can say the compression version we will get, compressed version we will get, and when a is less than 1, expanded version we will get, expanded version we will get of the signal x of t, and we know how to do that one. Okay, but entire thing we did in the time domain analysis only. For example, x of 2t I need. In order to get x of 2t, in the shortcut method I have told that the entire time axis has to be divided with the scaled factor, that is 2 here. So 0 by 2 is 0 and 4 by 2 is 2. So we will get like this. Okay, next x of t by 2. Here the scaled factor is a is equal to 1 by 2. So again the same procedure, the entire time axis has to be divided with 1 by 2. So 0 by 1 by 2 is 0 and 4 by 1 by 2 is 8. That means it will be expanded version. The amplitude will not be affected because it is a time scaling. So when a is greater than 1, here a is equal to 2 which is greater than 1, the time duration if you see it is from 0 to 2 seconds only. But the original signal is of 4 seconds duration, that is 0 to 4. So it is the compressed version, it is the expanded version. All these things we have seen in our first unit. Now the time scaling property with respect to Fourier series we need to analyze. For that you need to see like this. X of t is a periodic signal which is having the Fourier series coefficient is Cn. Here exponential Fourier series we have applied, then its coefficient is represented with Cn. What about the Fourier series coefficient of x of at? That means time scaled version of the x of t is represented with x of at. For this signal, what is the exponential Fourier series coefficient? That is the property here we are going to see. And in this case, you will get the same coefficient Cn only. That's why it is important. Okay. Only in this property you will see the same coefficient. X of t is a periodic signal. It is having the exponential Fourier series coefficient is Cn. X of at is also having the same coefficient. Okay. So you need to remember this one. And now we are going to see the proof for this one. Okay. So before going to see the proof directly, something you have to understand. For example, x of t is the periodic signal. We are talking about the Fourier series. So it should be a periodic signal, not like a rectangle pulse signal what we have taken previously for the explanation of the time scaling property. So in the Fourier series, we are talking about the Fourier series. That means x of t should be a periodic signal. For example, like this it is there. So for example, this is having the time period is 4 seconds, 0 to 4, like this it is there. So because time period is equal to 4 seconds, the fundamental frequency omega naught is given by 2 pi by capital T. So that is equal to 2 pi by 4, that is equal to pi by 2. Okay. So this is the capital T value and this is the omega naught value for the x of t signal. For example, you did the time scaled version, that is x of 2t you have done. then what will happen? Compressed version you will get. So 0 is divided with 2, you will get 0. 2 is divided with 1, you will get 2 is divided with 2, you will get 1, and 4 is divided with 2, you will get 2. That means within the completion of 2 seconds, one cycle will be completed. Within the completion of the 4 seconds, the second cycle will also be completed. Like this you will get. Okay, so time period is here, 2 seconds you will get. So time period has been reduced. How the time period is reduced? How much amount of scaled factor is there? That you need to take into the account, and that the time period of the original signal is divided with that time scale factor. Then you will get the time period of the scale version. That is T1 is equal to T by T by A. What happened here? Time period has been divided with the scale factor A. In this case, A is equal to 2, that is greater than 1. That's why you got a lesser time period you got. If scaled factor instead of 2, if you have 1 by 2, then what will happen? This T1 will become A times T you will get. That means it will be increased. Not A times T. Always it is capital T by A only. But the value will be increased. That may be 8 seconds you will get. Expanded version. So the thing is, the after scaled version, the time period will be changed. Okay, that is the point you have to understood here. That is T1 is equal to T by A. What about omega? What about the fundamental frequency omega 1? For example, after scaling, whatever the fundamental frequency is there, that I am indicating with omega 1. So this is equal to, we have to return in terms of this omega naught. Okay. So now this omega 1 has to be taken in terms of T1. So 2 pi by T1. So it is equal to, what is T1? T1 is nothing but T by A. So I have written here 2 pi by T means that is omega naught. So A into omega naught. So what did you understand from this one? After time scaling, the time period and fundamental frequency, these two have been changed. The time period has been changed in this way, that is T1 is equal to T by A. That means T1 is the time period of the signal after time scale version. Okay, after performing the time scaling, whatever the time period is there, that is here we have represented with T1, that is equal to time period of the original signal by A. And what is happening to the fundamental frequency? Omega 1 is equal to this fundamental frequency of the original signal is multiplied by A. Okay, multiplied by the scale factor. Here time period is divided with the scale factor. These are the two things you have to understand. Then we can able to start doing the proof of the exponential Fourier series coefficient for the x of AD signal. Okay, what are the conclusions here from this discussion we can able to made in the sense, after performing the time scaling, the time period and the fundamental frequencies will be changed. Okay, so again I am writing here, x of t is having the Fourier series coefficient is Cn. Now we need to know how to get the fundamental Fourier series for the time scale version of the x of t, that is x of AT. That is also Cn only. For that we will see the proof now. Okay, so now I am writing the exponential Fourier series coefficient of x of t, that we have represented with Cn, that is equal to, the formula is given by 1 by t integral t is changing from 0 to t x of t e power minus jn omega naught into t dt. This is the formula for the exponential Fourier series coefficient of the signal x of t. Okay, how this formula is written, that I am explaining now. Listen clearly. X of t is a periodic signal and it is having the time period is capital T and its fundamental frequency is omega naught. Okay, so x of t is having the fundamental time period is capital T and fundamental frequency is omega naught. These two are related to x of t. Okay, so that's why those two are included in the formula of the Cn, are the exponential Fourier series coefficient of the x of t, that is equal to 1 by t integral t changing from 0 to t x of t e power minus jn omega naught t dt. So 1 by time period of the signal x of t integral time, we need to take the integral over one period of the signal x of t, and this is placed for the signal for which we are calculating the Fourier series coefficient. After writing the signal, we need to write e power minus jn. This is the fundamental frequency of the signal x of t. Everything is related to x of t only, because this is the Fourier series coefficient of the signal x of t. So 1 by time period of the x of t, integral over the time period only we have to take, and for which signal we are calculating the coefficient, that signal has to be written. After that, e power minus jn, this fundamental frequency is for the x of t only, t dt we have to write. Now, if you try to write the Fourier series coefficient formula for x of at, if you write, it is also the periodic signal. So in the same manner, I will try to write the equation for this one. 1 by time period of the signal x of t I have to write. Here 1 by time period of the signal x of t is represented with capital T. But here I need to write the time period of the signal x of at. Previously we have seen the time period of the signal x of at is t1, that is t by a. So in this way you will get integral t is from 0 to t by a I can write, and I am calculating the coefficient for x of at. This is the place for the signal for which we are calculating the coefficient. That's why x of at e power minus jn. Here I need to write the fundamental frequency of the signal x of at only. That I know already, that is a into omega naught into t dt. So the x of at is having the fundamental time period is t by a and fundamental frequency is a into omega naught. That's why I have written the equation is like this. Okay, then this at I am taking as the new variable k, and do the differentiation for this one. A is constant, dt is equal to dk, and from this I can write dt is equal to dk by a. Okay, then lower limit for t is 0. This is the lower limit for t. So if you substitute here, k is also, I will get as 0 only. The lower limit for k is also 0 because a into 0 is 0. Now upper limit for t I got as capital T by a. So it is equal to capital A. K is equal to, if you substitute the upper limit in this equation, a into capital T by a will be cancelled, and k is equal to, you will get capital T. So in this way you will get. Okay, so now substitute in this one, replace the variable t with k. So finally what we will get means it is equal to, that means exponential Fourier series coefficient of x of at, I will get like this. It is equal to a by capital T integral k is from 0 to capital T. Okay, now I am writing the limits for k. So k is from 0 to capital T, x of k e power minus jn a into omega naught, and the variable t is nothing but I can write now k by a, and dt is nothing but dk by a. So a will be cancelled, this a and this a will be cancelled. Now this entire thing is looking like again cn only, because 1 by t integral, some variable is there that is changing from 0 to t, and x of k e power minus jn omega naught k dk. If you observe the cn formula, in place of small t here k is there. Small t is the independent variable changing from minus infinity to plus infinity, and k is also the independent variable changing from minus infinity to plus infinity. So in the formula there is no change. That means it is also giving the expression of the cn only. So what is the conclusion here? X of t is having the Fourier series coefficient is cn. X of at is also having the Fourier series coefficient is cn only. But where are the changes are occurring due to the time scale version means the time period is affected and the fundamental frequency is affected. Time period is changed to t by a and fundamental frequency is changed to a times omega naught. But the exponential Fourier series coefficient is same. So this is the thing. This is about time scaling property of the Fourier series. Now f of t is equal to sine of omega naught t, and draw the magnitude and phase spectrums of this particular signal. Already we know f of t is equal to sine of omega naught t because it is in the continuous domain, it is a periodic signal. So f of t is equal to sine of omega naught into t. And this one we can able to write, it is like sine theta. So sine theta means we can write e power j theta minus e power minus j theta by 2j by comparing. Okay, sine theta is nothing but we can write e power j theta minus e power minus j theta by 2j. So by comparing this one with this, we can write theta is equal to omega naught into t. So with this formula, we can expand this sin omega naught t as e power j omega naught t minus e power minus j omega naught t by 2j. So it is equal to 1 by 2j e power j omega naught t minus 1 by 2j e power minus j omega naught t. So this sin omega naught t are the given periodic signal. We can able to write like this. So here omega naught is the fundamental frequency. Here omega naught is the fundamental frequency. It is multiplied by what integer is nothing but here n is equal to 1 only, because if you see the exponential Fourier series expansion, sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity, Cn e power jn omega naught t is there. So if you compare this exponential Fourier series expansion with this one by taking different values of n, you will get here C1, C2, and n is negative also here. So C minus 1, C minus 2, C naught, like that you will get different terms you will get. So here only this f of t is having only two terms. That means only two of this infinite number of terms are available in this particular given signal, that is sin omega naught t. What are those two terms are related to what type of the integer multiples of the omega naught, that we need to find. Whether it is this 1 by 2j is like Cn. So is it C1 or C2 or C3 or C minus 1, C minus 2 or C100, C minus 100, all those things we need to find. So if you compare this exponential term with this one, e power j omega naught t, but in place of n what is there? N is equal to 1. So this entire thing is related to n is equal to 1. That means this 1 by 2j is nothing but C1. Okay, 1 by 2j is nothing but C1. Next, by comparing this one with this, n is equal to minus 1. E power j minus 1 into omega naught into t, that means n is equal to minus 1. So here we can write C minus 1 is equal to minus 1 by 2j. C1 is equal to 1 by 2j and C minus 1 is equal to minus 1 by 2j. If you take magnitudes for these two, magnitude of C1 is equal to 1 by 2 you will get, and here magnitude of C minus 1 is also 1 by 2 you will get. If you take phase for this one, phase of C1, if you take here numerator phase is only real part is there. Remember that it is having the value of 0 by 90 is there for j. So it is equal to minus 90, and the angle of C minus 1, if you observe, this is minus 1 can be written as j square. So j square by j means j is nothing but 90 degrees, like this you will get. So now we need to plot the magnitude spectrum and the phase spectrum. Magnitude spectrum means magnitude of Cn versus n omega naught we have to draw, or n we have to draw. So if you take n is equal to 1, that is C1, its magnitude is nothing but 1 by 2. So if you take n is equal to 1, here C1 we have to draw with the magnitude 1 by 2, and if you take n is equal to minus 1, that is C minus 1, that is also 1 by 2. So it is a even spectrum. Actually the magnitude spectrum for the, in case of the Fourier series for the periodic signal is the even. If you rotate this particular magnitude spectrum with respect to the axis, you will get the same thing. That's why it is a even spectrum, and the phase spectrum will be R, that now we are going to plot now. So phase spectrum is nothing but we need to draw in between n omega naught, and here phase of the Cn we have to take. So n is equal to 1, or here you can take n only, there is no problem. So it is 0, n is equal to 1 and n is equal to minus 1. If you take n is equal to 1, C, angle of C minus 1 is how much? Minus pi by 2. So it is downside minus pi by 2. If you take n is equal to minus 1, it is plus pi by 2. This is plus pi by 2. Okay. So it is a odd function, it is a even function. The phase spectrum in case of the Fourier series for the periodic signal, we got the odd spectrum and it is the even spectrum. For any real signal it is possible. Okay, not only in Fourier series, in Fourier transform also same thing will be available. So in this way we have written the exponential Fourier series for the given periodic signal, that is f of t is equal to sin of omega naught t, and we have drawn the magnitude spectrum for the and the phase spectrum for the given signal. Okay, next, Dirichlet conditions. Actually these are the sufficient conditions in order to apply the Fourier series, and but these are not the necessary conditions. So here you need to know the first one, that is the f of t, the periodic signal for which we are applying the Fourier series, it must be the absolutely integrable. And within the time period, it must have finite number of maxima and minima. And within the time period, it must have finite number of discontinuities. Okay, Dirichlet conditions are required. Okay, then this is assignment question. F of t is having the exponential Fourier series is Cn, and what is the exponential Fourier series of this particular signal, which is formed by f of t minus 1 plus f of 1 minus t. What is the exponential Fourier series coefficient for that one, that you need to identify. Thank you.